All right, let me start by saying this is a members only training, and so I am recording this. I will put this into the members only content area once it's wrapped up. And basically, what I want to do in this call is tell a little story because I love telling stories. But it'll give you some context as to why I put together this training and why I believe for many of you this is going to be a game changer if you apply the training. Tonight it's going to be more of the big picture and then Q&A. But if you follow everything as outlined on the training site page, how this could very well be a game changer for you. So it's interesting. The reason we put this together, and for those of you, most of you have seen the FB method training area, which incidentally, my hope is as early as it might still be this week. It might not be until next week. I'm trying to determine the best members area platform. I'm going to put all this content, the FB method, and I've got a ton of other content, some of which you've seen, some of which you haven't even seen. I'm trying to figure out the best platform. I think I know which platform I want to put it into, but the point is I'm going to put it into a true password protected members area so that we can, so I can just make sure that it's, only the people that should be getting access to it will have access to it. But interesting story as to why I put this together. I was talking with one of my team members last week, and we were just sort of brainstorming things and stuff, and somehow the conversation turned to he's known me for a while. He actually works for a company that I've sold, and he brought up like why aren't you teaching people to do this? This is like one of your keys to success. This is one of the reasons you've been able to build another business to almost $1 million per year. And honestly, it's one of those things where like, when you learn how to like ride a bike or you learn how to drive, there's things that you do just without thinking about it. This is one of those things that I just kind of did without like thinking a lot, like, and realizing how integral this process, this Facebook method, has been to my success. And what's interesting is right after I put this training together, I noticed that these guys, Satori Prime, these two brothers, I've known about these guys for a while, they have put together a training that's like, it was funny, it was like exactly what I'm outlining here, and I found they're actually doing a launch right now, which for those of you interested, I put a link in the chat. They're doing a launch right now with some really good content, free content, and then they're selling a course. I actually bought the course because I buy tons of stuff so I can bring back like the little nuggets, and I've already picked up a couple of things that they're doing slightly differently than what I've outlined here. Point is, like, I realized that I should be teaching this to you all and recommending you all do this, and then it was drilled in even deeper that I should be doing this when I started watching these guys with what they're doing with their launch. It just made me realize, it was just more proof to me, like, this is one of the core things that I should be teaching you all. So the idea, the concept here, the big picture, which I walk you through at the whiteboard here, but let's take a look specifically at a page and how we're going to set it up. And I've actually got a couple of things that I'm going to recommend that I don't even have training videos in that members area for yet, because it's just information that I've just sort of processed and realized that I need to update for you. But here's an example page, and this is a page that is relatively new. I think it's been in existence for a while, but we really didn't do anything with it until late July. Oh, can't see the screen. Thank you, Mike, for reminding me. Gosh, golly geez. I always forget that. The recording will have the screen. I always forget that. You'd think with someone who has literally done like more than 1,000 of these over the years that I would remember that. So sorry about that. What I was showing before was just the members area. You weren't really missing anything. I was just showing this. Anyway, so here's an example of a page optimized the way that I recommend you do throughout the method, okay? So we've got a cover photo, and if you click on the cover photo, there is a description, and the description, the first thing is a link that leads to a capture page, okay? The profile picture, you click on it, it has a description that goes to a capture page. The actual text description of the site, which again, we show you how to do all of this in those trainings, again, has a link to a capture page. And then we have 3 custom tabs, all of which, if you click on them, are automatically redirecting to, again, a capture page. And in this case, I've got 3 different capture pages. Interestingly enough, they all go into the same campaign, my 4-step freedom formula video training series. But they're just different front ends. So, you know, they could, some people will opt into all of them and then they'll realize, oh, you know, this is all the same thing. But they position the offer in different ways, right? So this is an example of what I'm talking about. And I'm actually going to show you a fresh page that I built yesterday that I actually haven't started doing any of the marketing for yet. And I'm actually going to do at least 1, if not 2 other pages. And I'm intentionally, with those, I'm not going to go after like the network marketing, make money from home, that sort of niche, affiliate marketing, internet marketing niche. I'm doing it for 2 reasons. 1, I'm going to do one for something I'm passionate about, A, and 2, I realized I said A and 2, I want to do it to show everyone here like that this methodology can and should be used for more than just building your Empower Network team. It can be used for multiple different opportunities. And I believe that if you do build a page like this, like Lead Stravaganza, or the next one I'm going to show you, you should have more than one way to monetize the audience that you're building. Okay. So if you notice, this one has 4,300 fans. I'll bring up a couple more examples just for some social proof. Here's another page. This one we've had for a little bit longer, but honestly have neglected a lot. 7,200 fans. Here's one for the other the business I have in the real estate niche. I actually don't own it anymore. I sold this business. This one has almost 40,000 fans, and this business does the 12-month year-to-date is over $1 million in revenue. And it's not solely because of this fan page, but it is a huge, huge factor in that. Because combining the power of this and some things and optimizing it for lead capture and so forth, we've used this page to also build a massive email list, and we use it to promote, for example, webinars that we do in this niche, videos that I create in this niche, and I'll give an example here as well. Here's a link to the Hangout that we did last night, which many of you were on, and thank you and kudos for that. This has gotten 90 likes and 1 share. I wish, you know what, here's a quick lesson. I should have told them in the text here, please share this. In fact, I'm going to edit it right now. Please share. Smiley face. So one of the things that I actually need to do a better job with, which is one of the reasons I bought the course that I mentioned to you, is what and how to post content to do these. I've been using these pages primarily I've been using it sort of in the right way, you know, posting content and so forth, but there's things I could do better, and what I'm going to be doing is that's additional content that I'm going to be doing. So a lot of this training you find here, I'm actually going to be reshooting, and I'm going to do it walking through this page and at least one other page that I'm going to create. So this is a brand new page that I created yesterday in about an hour's time. Okay? So what we've got here is we've got a cover page. This is actually a cover page that I paid $10 for on Fiverr, and I'm going to put the vendors that I use on Fiverr in the members area, and maybe depending on Q&A and stuff, I might go ahead and grab those links and put them in the chat down here for those of you. And the only reason I paid 10 instead of 5 is I paid him an extra 5 to do it faster. Like if you just pay the 5, he would do it in 3 days. But I'm impatient as hell, so if you paid another 5, he would do it in 24 hours or less. So he made this. This image here, I just grabbed off of images.google.com. Okay. These images here on the custom tabs, which again I show you how to do here, the custom tab installation. We show you how to make these images, but I'm also going to put in the members area the actual image files. If you want to use these exact image files, I will do that. Now, here's why I haven't started marketing this page yet. I actually, on Fiverr, I bought, I think, 1,800 fans that are supposed to be delivered within 4 days. I bought them yesterday, and I'm waiting to do any paid marketing until I've got those fans, because it will create some social proof and make people more likely to click the like button and to engage with the content and so forth. I'm doing that knowing full well that I'm not necessarily going to get any opt-ins or get any customers or new team members from those fans I'm buying, but it's worth the 5, 10, or 15 bucks to create the social proof on the page, where when you start getting real people, right, and not that these aren't real people, but when you start getting like more legitimate traffic, they'll feel like, you know, something's going on here, right, that there's something here. And that's a strategy we've used and recommended for a while now. We've been recommending and teaching a lot of this stuff in our real estate niche. But some of the stuff is relatively new, because you know this stuff is evolving. The overall principle of building a fan base is not new, but the specifics of optimizing your page and what to post and how to post it and so forth is evolving all the time. Now, another bigger picture thing to realize here is that you probably heard me say this before. Your email opt-in list is your primary asset, your number one asset in business. I would say that your fans to a fan page, if you what's the word I'm looking for? If you gosh, man, it's late and I'm my brain is turning off. If you commit to this process, right? Because you're not going to have a million fans overnight. But if you commit to the process and you build this asset with the same intensity and vigor and big picture and long-term thinking as building an opt-in email list, it can be as or more valuable even than an email list in the way that you can use it and leverage it. Mainly because when you do this and you do it right and you post engaging content and you post content that gets shared, it can go viral, right? And you can get massive attention on different things. You can't create that same phenomenon in an email campaign. You just can't do it, right? You might get a few people here or there that like forward an email to their friend, but you're not going to get the effect that you will get here. So for example, what am I talking about? This video here has gotten 4 shares. Not a huge amount. This one's gotten 2 shares. Not a huge amount. Here's a link to a webinar. A webinar where I'm going to get on, or I did get on, and sell people, right? Like last night. This had 208 likes and 37 shares, right? So they're sharing it with people that, aren't currently fans. This one had 15 shares and way over 200 likes. This had 290 and 28 shares. This one was just, and this was just like, this was actually for the Blog Beast launch, and it's like completely ambiguous. Like something big is coming, go here now. Like, what the hell is that, right? Look at this, almost 556 shares. Now, a lot of this, I will tell you, came from paid marketing, but it's a way to have things go crazy, because here's the thing: when someone clicks on this, now it's not live now because the event is past, they were also opting in. So I was building an email list. I was building, look at this, 118,000 people saw this, right? 36,000, 82,000, okay? I don't know why I didn't realize this sooner, why I shouldn't be teaching this to all of you. So let's go to, holy crap, that's some nice cashola. I got to do more red borders. Does anybody have any questions specifically to anything we've covered so far? Specifically, I want to keep it on this topic for now anyway, and then we can open it up to any Q&A whatsoever. All right, well then, here's what I would like to give you for homework, right? If you haven't already, I would recommend you start going through this. And what I would recommend, and I actually recommend this when you're going through pretty much any training, and this is a really powerful tip, regardless of if it's my training or any training or audio that you're listening to or reading that you're listening to, the faster you can take action on it, the more likely you are, A, to get results, and B, to internalize the information and just get more out of it. So, for example, almost all of the videos you see me create as content on the blog, almost all of them are made like either immediately after I read something that makes an idea pop into my head. And if it's not immediately after, because a lot of times I'm reading at night, I write the stuff down and I do it the next day. And that ingrains the information in your head. So my point is, what my homework for you guys is, by the weekend, have a page up for this. Like some of you, I know Mark, you already have one up. I'm not sure if anybody else on here do specifically for this, right? I know some of you have pages in other niches, and that's great too, right? Because, one of the big things I would recommend is doing that as well. If you have other passions, or, if you just have other ideas of things you want to do from an affiliate marketing perspective, the cool thing is, if you use this, you can use this strategy. You can actually create a separate blog with your Blog Beast for that niche. And you can use the other trainings, because many of you I know are all in and Empower. You can use the information that you're learning in the other trainings as well and use it to build another side revenue source. Here's my goal for all of you. My goal for all of you is get to a point where making money is no longer your primary objective, right? I want all of you to get to a point where making money is no longer your primary objective. Your objective is to help other people create their stories of success by first becoming very good at the skill of making money online, and then using that skill to create influence and leadership to make a difference in the world. Because quite honestly, I'm at a point where, and some of you watched my why video that I shot the other day in the car. Honestly, I'm at a point where making money online, it's not, it's still work, right? Like I can't just wave a magic wand, but I can pretty much make money almost at will, applying principles and tactics that I've learned and honed over the years, right? But for me, my bigger picture is I want to help Daniel and Danette and Hector and Mike and Mark and Todd and who else do we have on here? And Jeff and Dave and Trey and Rose and Margaret. I want to help you guys create your stories so that you can be sharing your story publicly and having an influence and impacting other people's lives. And I want to pass it on, right? I'm at a point where I'm trying to focus more on legacy than currency, right? And not that, look, I'm not swimming in money or anything like that, but I'm just at a point where, like, that's more important to me than the money. Mike says, believe me, I need help. That's for sure. LOL. Mike, you're closer than you think. I will tell you that, man. You've got some skills, and if you, all you got to do is it's just keep at it. You already know some of that stuff. See, Mike's somebody that's joined us from he knows me from the real estate niche, and Mike has gotten some pretty amazing results applying the marketing and the direct response strategies that I talk about in the 4-step freedom formula, and that I even walk you through in this FB method, applying them to real estate. He's done transactions in very short periods of time. He's compressed time in an industry that it's hard to do. So Mike, you're real close, my man. It may not feel that way, but I'm telling you, you're real close. And we've got a lot of people like that who are very close to major breakthroughs. Very, very close to major breakthroughs. So I guess at this point, what I would say is let's open it up to anything, right? If you guys have a question or want to discuss anything, I'm open to that. If you want me to open your audio line and you want to do that, just you can raise your hand or just chat in there, hey, unmute me, and I'll be happy to do that. More than happy to do that. And while we're waiting for that, I think what I'm going to do as we build this team out and we start doing some things and start having sort of like a set schedule for certain things, is I believe what I'm planning to do is the hangouts I've been doing on Tuesday nights. I don't think we did one last Tuesday, but we did one the Tuesday before, and we did one last night. I'm thinking about moving them to Wednesday night, and then having team-only trainings Friday afternoon as a carrot to get people to sign up on Wednesday night. And the reason being, it's hard for me to do those on Thursdays, and I think from Tuesday to Friday is too big of a window for it to be like enough of a carrot or enticement. But I'm open to discussion on that. But I think that's where I'm going. And what I'd like to do, ultimately, what I see those hangouts being are in the future, some of them, it'll just be me like it was last night. But I'd like to have guests on, if you're willing and able to share your story, or if you're using a certain strategy and seeing some results from that. Like I know Mike Bonomo, he got like all from free traffic. He got like I don't know, 1,500 visitors during the Blog Beast launch, all from free traffic, which A, is an indication that he was taking massive action, but B, that he was doing some things right as well. So, and I know like Mark, you're generating some leads, and Mark's doing an awesome job of creating content. I think Mark dropped off, unfortunately. He might have had to go, but Mark created a page following this protocol that I'm outlining for you here in the FB method, and he's getting started with that as well. Let's see here. So the best month using this strategy, again applying it to his real estate business, was he got 41 Craigslist leads and closed 7 of them for nearly $40,000 in commissions. Mike, you've never shared that before. Can we use that as a testimonial for Reticulous? I didn't know that. That's bananas. That's ridiculous. I'm emailing that list tomorrow with that story, unless you tell me I can't. I won't even have to use your full name, but that's pretty redonkulous, actually. That's pretty awesome. He said, "Sure, man, I can figure it out in real estate, having a harder time in Empower." Yeah, there's the principles are the same, but some of the meaningful specifics are slightly different. But I'm telling you, you're definitely going to get there. Definitely going to get there. Does anybody, if no one has any questions, I'm happy to let everybody go and get back to their, so they can relax for the evening. But I'm also happy to stay on if anybody has any questions, again, related to this method or anything at all at this point. And I guess I've been a little disjointed here. So here's what I would say. What I would like to be your homework is create a page by the weekend and send me your page so I can check it out and maybe make some recommendations for optimization and so forth. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this one, affiliate marketing or internet marketing. For example, Mark's page is he's building his around mindset. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not, but I may do a page around leadership and teaching leadership tips and tricks and so forth. You might do one around blogging. I don't know. You might do one around, there's several options. You could choose to do it like around, the niche for Empower, right? The affiliate marketing, make money from home, and so forth. Or, if you've got another niche in mind, you could certainly do one around that. But most of you are on here right now because you're trying to get some traction as an affiliate with Empower. So I think, trying to take a little bit of a, approach around that makes a lot of sense. So the homework would be get a page up and optimized to the best of your ability, and send me your link so I can check it out and I can give you kudos for it. Todd says, have you heard anything about changes FB is going to make to fan pages soon? I actually have not, but here's what I know. With every change is massive opportunity. So whatever change they make, we might not figure it out immediately, but we'll figure out how to move with the punches and adjust accordingly and make it all work. I heard someone else say that there are some changes coming. Do you know anything about it, Todd, or have you seen any articles about it? I haven't. I just I've kind of had my blinders on, just kind of doing my own thing. So I'm curious if you have, or if you or anybody else has information about pending changes. I'd love to hear it. My guess is there's if there are changes coming, they're probably not openly like saying specifically what's going to change, but maybe. Since we're just talking random here, this is this example. I actually did this one here is actually to an affiliate offer, not to a capture page, and a couple of reasons why. One, I use Lead Pages. It's a great software. I know a couple of the guys on here are using Lead Pages as well. I know Daniel's got it. Mike Kemper, Mike Bonomo. I think Mike Kemper, you have it. Maybe not. Anyway, now if you're using Lead Pages, you can become an affiliate. And so, you know, it's right here when you're in your Lead Pages account, your affiliate program. And right here's your affiliate link. So that's all I'm doing here in this example is I'm just setting up the tab like I show you in the training and just linking over to the affiliate account. Because as I start getting activity here and growing the fan base and start posting and so forth, people are going to click all these links. They're going to click around, and that's what I was going with. You know, it's okay to monetize this in more than one fashion. Looks like I did a bunch of invites. If anybody heard me like clicking buttons before we went live, I was just doing this. I was just inviting a bunch of people to this page to try and get some, just to try and get a little bit of a fan base going here. I'll just keep doing that as we're talking. This is actually one of the free ways that we show you to get some initial likes on your page. There's actually a couple of ways, free ways to do things. So just keep on clicking away here. Why not? Anyway, any other questions, comments, thoughts, ideas? Again, if anybody wants me to unmute them, I'm happy to do that and let you verbalize a question that maybe you have or don't have as well. Oh, wait, here we go. There was some promo video that the fan page Get 10,000 Fans was putting out. About the changes. You know what? I did see that, and I will do some research on that, Todd. That is a good point. Get 10K Fans, which, by the by, I'm also an affiliate of, and you know, some of their stuff really converts like crazy. And their training and stuff's really good. We bought some of their training in the past. I will, you know, here's what I will say. Most everything you need from a training perspective, you can get from the Empower products, but I am an info and education junkie in a good way, in the sense that, like, a lot of people will buy a ton of stuff, a ton of information products and training and education, and never do anything. I get stuff and I immediately start using it in some way, shape, or form. So, you know, that, I guess that's how I'm justifying it. But just know that between what you get in Empower and what I'll be providing on an ongoing basis for our members, you know, I'm going to be disseminating and synthesizing all the information and the training that I'm going through, and bringing that back to our team. You know, as I go through and like I said, go through new stuff and learn new strategies and so forth. Okay, Mike, you don't have Lead Pages yet. Okay, for some reason I thought you might. Anyway, I just built my first video opt-in page today on Lead Pages. It is sweet. Awesome, Daniel. I'd love to see it. Share it with me. Good. Hector. Yes. Good email to contact me is that Gmail. shanley.josh@gmail.com. That's the email that all of my other emails get forwarded to. That's where I manage my email. So that's like my direct email address. That's the best way to get me for sure. Yep. Daniel, do you on FB, do you recommend manual bidding on clicks or auto bidding, or do you recommend using impressions? Is that specifically in your FB training videos? It actually is, but I'm going to shoot a new one based upon some information that I picked up from the training that I just mentioned from the Satori Prime guys. They're recommending manually bidding, not for impressions, but for clicks. And so the method that I show in that training is, I think it's, well, I know it's still effective because I'm using it effectively, but I'm personally going to test the method that they recommend, and I will, as long as it shakes out the way they've indicated that it will, and I have no reason to believe that it won't shake out that way. That's what I'll shoot a new video and sort of outline that methodology for everybody. But basically, it's manually bidding for clicks, and what they recommend is bid 2 cents over the high end. They give you like a range. Bid 2 cents over the high end of the range, and you'll never, ever, 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 ever pay that much. But they recommend that because for a number of reasons. Basically, they say that's just from their testing is the best way. I've been doing the let Facebook optimize, and that's been working great. But I also haven't tested that way in a long time. So I'm going to extensively test that, specifically on this page and the other one. I'm going to do one in sort of like the health and fitness niche, specific to paleo, because that's something that I'm interested in, and there's a huge audience on Facebook, and there's affiliate products. It's not something that I plan on like making any products for or anything. I just plan on using this methodology to build an audience, basically. So yeah, that's what they recommend, and that's what I'm going to be extensively testing. Let's see here. Where'd my invites go? Sorry. Anyway, that's a good email. Yes. I love the Empower stuff too, like the 15K formula, but it's all like 2 hours long. Geez, I wish there was a way to break it down into 30-minute blocks. That is one frustrating thing for me as well, how long they are. One thing that I highly recommend getting, if you don't already have, is My Speed by eNounce. I think it's eNounce.com. It allows you to speed up video. And I can tell you that in my experience, on almost any training videos that you're going through, you can speed videos up for most people doing trainings to twice as fast and still comprehend and get everything that they're going. Now, there may be a time or two where you want to pause and like re-listen to something, but I use it religiously. In fact, I like agonize over when I can't use it, because I'm like, man, I got this 40-minute video. I know I could consume it in 20 minutes instead. But I use this religiously. It's like you can get a free trial. I think it's like $30 one time after the free trial, I think. But I freaking love it. But I do agree. I wish they would block it down, chunk it down. And I'm going to, when I redo these, I'm going to chunk them down even more. Although they are, you know what? They're pretty well chunked down. I think the longest one, this one's pretty long. But the rest of them are relatively short. Is there a way to put your video on lead pages? Mike, do you mean with or without going through YouTube? YouTube is the way that I'm doing it. But maybe you meant without? I'm learning chunking from the 4-hour work week. Dude, Tim Ferriss is one of my idols. Oh, without. Okay. How could you do video on lead pages without YouTube? I don't know, Mike, because I haven't done it. You might have to open a support ticket and ask them. I'm guessing there's other options. You might be able to you might be able to embed code from Empower, from the media hosting. Let me check something here. By the way, you're seeing my back office. I love logging in here because I get to see everybody who's taking action, their posts and stuff. It gets me so jazzed up. Not sure what that did. Point is, you can probably use another service. You might be able to use the media hosting here. I haven't personally used anything other than that. Mainly because one of the reasons I think it's a good idea to use it is because the YouTube video will play on a mobile device and some other video hosting and embed won't. And so much traffic now comes from mobile devices that you want to make sure that your videos are definitely mobile optimized. So, Mike, sorry, I wish I had a better answer. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas? Anybody have a good team name? We actually, the way we're set up, we actually have access to two teams, the Prosperity Team and Team Take Massive Action, and they have some great additional resources. But because I'm building my own membership site and we're doing some things, and I've got a bigger picture, I am thinking, I'm looking at the bigger picture and the longer term. If anybody has any good ideas for for a team name, I'm open to it. Team Freedom Formula or something like that. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, and you don't have to drop them here, but if you have any ideas, you can email me. Not a huge priority right now, but just something to start thinking about. If nobody else has anything, the last thing I will say is, and you've probably heard me saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it, if there's any way possible, you've got to get to the event in Miami. Now I've got a little egg on my face here because I actually haven't bought my tickets, but I'm going. I just haven't bought my ticket. But I would strongly encourage that you do everything humanly possible to get to that event. Personally, in my life, without question, events have been, anytime I've had a major breakthrough, it's always been around an event for one reason or another. And so, why wouldn't you want to be in Miami in January, right? Miami's generally speaking pretty easy and pretty affordable to get in and out of. If we get enough people there, we'll do some fun team stuff. Maybe we'll even get some shirts printed up and stuff and do some fun stuff. Let's look at, Daniel just posted, I think, his capture page. Let's check it out. Real people, real results. I love it.
Hey guys, Tony Rush here. This is a very fast video. Someone asked me, they said, Tony, are people really making money with this? Are you really making money with this? And I'm going to log in here to my bank account, my merchant account, and I'm going to show you what the last, you know what, let me run a couple of reports for you. Let's go to transactions, and let's come down here to the last.
Okay, Daniel, I love it. I love it. I would definitely include this as one of your tabs. I would not necessarily have it as your primary lead capture offer, but I would definitely include it in one of your tabs. And the only other thing I would say is I would also include, now where does this go to? Oh, that links to your email. Nice. The only other thing I would say is because Tony is specifically talking about income here, you might want to include a link down here with the income disclosure. I just feel like I should say that to potentially protect you. I'm not saying you have to, but if it were me, specifically because of what Tony's showing, I probably would do that. But I love it, man. Great. Good on you for taking action, setting it up. I think this will be a great tab to have on a page once you've got that set up. I like that you've got this set up. I think this is super smart to have this link to your email address so somebody can just directly email you. I mean, once you start getting traffic to that will happen. I mean, you're not going to get a ton of people that do that, but it'll certainly happen. But good stuff. Good stuff. Well, since we're doing that, let's look at one more. So this is Mike and Kelly, and I think, yeah, this is Kelly. Now Kelly is Mike's wife. Mike's sort of the one focusing on power, at least I believe. And obviously Mike is doing some stuff because this thing already has 21 likes, and now it's got 22. Now here, Mike, you can autoplay this video. You can autoplay that video if you do the, remember when you said the and autoplay equals 1? I would probably do that. I like this free holiday special, 3 free amazing celebrity video weight loss tips. They can say that because Kelly is a celebrity. Kelly's got a pretty amazing story.
Hey guys, Kelly Bonomo here, Venice nutrition expert, and I am partnered with New York Times best-selling author and CNN health and fitness expert Mark McDonald. I just want to take a second today and share with you a little bit about my story. Some of you might know me, most of you probably do not. So this was me at 288 pounds, and I lost 140 pounds and competed in bodybuilding and figure. And listen, maybe you're at a place where you don't want to compete. Maybe you don't have 140 pounds to lose, but maybe you're at a place where you have 25 pounds to lose. Maybe you're struggling with that last 10 and you're just stuck at a plateau. I have the solution for you. Thousands and thousands of people are taking this advice that we are giving with these 3 tips to ignite and kickstart your metabolism. When you put your email in below, I'm going to send it to you absolutely free. So listen, it's 3 tips that's going to ignite and kickstart your metabolism and help you get through that plateau and help you lose that last 10 pounds. Or maybe get you started on losing that 20 or 25 pounds. When you put your email in below, I'm going to get it right to you absolutely free, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, good video. And here's what I love about Mike and Kelly. We talked, I don't know, Monday night. Was it Monday night? No, last Thursday night? I don't remember. But took action quickly. And this is a perfect example of and Mike, I know you're already thinking about this, but using this FB method for Kelly and her niche, that's it'll be a home run long term. So good stuff. And this is an example of a page made with lead pages. Another example. All right, I think we're almost at an hour here, and I'm happy to stay on if more people have questions, but I'm also happy to hop off and let people enjoy the rest of their evenings. So here's the deal: the homework is get a page going. I did record this. I'll add that to the members area. I am going to add some additional content as well on some posting tips and advertising, and I'm also going to document the process of growing this page. And again, another one that I probably will create the actual page tomorrow, although I've got a bit of a busy day tomorrow. Kids field trips and kids doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So it might not happen tomorrow. It might not be till Friday. But either way, I'll be documenting those so everybody can learn and follow along. And I can make the mistakes for you guys so you don't have to make them. So thanks everybody for being on. Thanks for everybody's participation. And know that I believe what I'm going to do is next week the Hangout will be Wednesday, so you can plan accordingly. And that'll be the one that you can invite, and you should invite any of your prospects. You should be, posted on social media and so forth. And the thing that you can also know is that the link for that will never change, or at least it won't change unless I let you know. It's always going to be Leadstravaganza/Hangout, and then you can add your, !ID equals at the end. My point is, you could also, for those of you thinking proactively, and those of you who are doing a lot of the free strategies that we recommend, you could actually build a capture page in front of this, right? So if you're posting to a lot of groups and stuff, like next week, I think the topic's gonna be 3 completely free ways to get massive traffic online. 3 completely free ways. It's gonna be something. I'll come up with a really good headline, but basically what I'm going to show is 3 free ways to get massive amounts of traffic and to grow your audience online. And I'll probably end up showing 4 or 5 because it's good to over deliver. But that's going to be the topic. And if you're thinking ahead, you could start using some of the free methods that some of you are already using, on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or even just Wednesday, and capturing those leads instead of just sending them to the page, right? Once they're already in, once you've already captured them as a lead, certainly it's fine to just send them to this, I think, anyway. So, all right. I think that's it. Oh, wait a minute. Mike, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. Can that code from GR to all... Can you copy? Oh, no. You can use the same web form code on, a zillion different lead pages if you want. It's just all the leads will go into the same campaign. Daniel, I love you, man. Massive action. He already has the income disclosure up on that page. The web code. Yeah, you can use the same one. Unless you want them to go into a different campaign. But you can certainly use the web form code. I've got pages of pages. I've got like several hundred capture pages in lead pages because I just test like crazy. And many of them have the same get response code. It's fine. It doesn't mess anything up. The only time I do different ones is if it's a different campaign or I'm specifically trying to track something separate. But that's not a big deal and not something to worry about. All right, have a good night, everybody. Of course, if you need anything, please do not hesitate to ask. I am here to help and serve you all, and I'm honored to do that, and I'm excited to do that, and I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk real soon.
The organizer has ended the